morning, good morning. Turn on the marquee lights. Good morning tonight.
Good morning, good morning. Broadway is feeling bright. Good morning tonight.
When the theaters shut their doors, we were so sad and blue.
Now we're bringing back Broadway in our Tuesday night review.
So good morning.
We'll make you feel alright. Good morning tonight for you. Good morning
tonight.
What a take. Hello, I'm Michael Hall.
And I'm Jackie Cox.
And welcome to Good Morning Tonight. You're on a bit of a delay, Jackie, but it's okay. It's just like real life.
What's new? Hello, morning, Michael. How are we? My goodness,
I'm great.
To celebrate. What mug do we have today?
We have, well, I know you can't tell because I have this stunning real-life studio backdrop here, but right. I am coming to you live from Cape Cod tonight. And so my Airbnb had this lovely Cape Cod 2018 Liza Jam, and there's a picture of a donkey on the back, and that's what I have. What do you have tonight?
Mine says, mute your mic.
I love it. Well, it is 7 p.m., which means that if all were right in this world, now is the time that theater people would be springing from their beds, warming up at their theaters, and getting ready to wow another audience with the magic that is live theater.
But as you may have noticed, that's not happening these days. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought dark and a lot of people missing the razzle and dazzle of the Great Way.
So, good morning, and welcome to a morning show designed just for us nighttime people. Uh-oh, Jackie.
Oh, so delayed? Am I super delayed?
You're just cutting in and out a lot. You're cutting in and out a lot, but I think it's going to get better as we go. I hope it gets better, because what a show we have today. You guys, we have Broadway royalty in the house. I can't even believe the lineup we're about to serve you on a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
This should be pretty incredible. We have some, well, I would Broadway legends, but I don't think the word legend is a little, it's like for a certain age, but I think legend just means that you've made your mark. So I'm going to say we have some Broadway young legends. We have young legends. We have the incredible Jerry Mitchell is with us today.
Work!
We have Jessica Vosk with us today. Very exciting. And we also have some special guests from Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, and BNR's Hero, who will be talking all about those amazing organizations and what they are doing right now.
Yes, speaking of Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, as you guys know, we are benefiting BCEFA all of August. Mm-hmm. We are keeping our clothes on, but it is our own nod to the Stripathon that is going on right now as part of the Broadway Bears season. So we're very excited to talk about that. Last week on this show, we raised $150. And then the other two shows on this network have raised another, I think, 120. So I'm not going to do math because it's a Tuesday, but that much money has gone to Broadway Cares through you guys already. And we're looking. Yeah. Good math, Jackie. We're looking to donate some more tonight. So if you are enjoying the show tonight, you can Venmo Jackie at Jackie Cox NYC. 100% of your tips collected during the show tonight will all be going directly to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, which I know we talk a lot about on this show. And buckle up because we're going to talk about it more tonight. So I hope you're ready.
We have until Labor Day to raise money with this thon, so we're going to push it until then. And as I said, my Venmo is Jackie Cox NYC. And for those of you who are not in the United States and you PayPal, you can also PayPal me at Cox NYC. It's the same. Jackie Cox NYC everywhere. Twitter, Venmo, PayPal, Farmers Only, whatever you can find.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, Jackie, what do you say we jump into it?
I say let's bring in our first special guest.
All right. Well, we're bringing in our first special guest with a new segment. New segment here on the show that we're calling How on the Earth Did We Get This Person Onto Our Show? It's a very exciting new segment we're doing. It is impossible to introduce this man, but Jackie and I are sure going to try.
All now, grew a simple on the Broadway stage before making the leap to choreographer, where he worked on Broadway hits like Grease, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, The Full Monty, The Rocky Horror Show, Hairspray, Gypsy, La Cage Fall, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
As a director and choreographer, he has given us such delicious gifts as Legally Blonde the musical, Kinky Boots, and Pretty Woman. He's worked on television, film, tours, Vegas shows. He's been nominated for more awards than I can count, and he has two, not one, but two Tonys.
Yes, this man has left his mark on Broadway in a way that is impossible. But because of the Broadway community, he's famous much more than that. As the creator and founder of Broadway Bears, he's been a fearless captain of the sexy, sensational fundraiser event for the past 30 years.
Yep. With that, let's please welcome to the show, Jerry Mitchell. Hi, Jerry. Good morning.
Good morning. I have a glass, but
we love it.
Only got Diet Coke in it. It's before the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. What an introduction. Oh my God.
You know, we tried. There's a lot to say about you, but we're here for one reason tonight, and that's not your very, very extensive Broadway resume, your credits, your Tony Awards. We're here to talk about one of our favorite causes, and I know it's one of yours. You're an absolute hero for them. We're here to talk about Broadway Cares.
Broadway Cares and Broadway Bears. Yeah, how about it? We did a virtual show that was on YouTube about a week and a day ago. What's today? Today's Tuesday. So we did it the 1st of August, which was a Saturday night, I think. And I think it's already had over 250,000 people have seen it, which, is crazy because we always sell out at Hammerstein Ballroom, and 2 shows, 3,000 people, that's 6,000 people. More people have watched the Zoom In live show that we did last week than all the people who have seen Broadway Bears in 30 years.
Which is just,
wow.
Isn't
that crazy?
The internet is a wild place.
It's crazy. Now if they all just donate $1, we'd really be lucky.
Well, we're going to get there, Jerry. Don't you worry. Cutting internet.
We raised $600,000 with the live show on August 1st. And money is still people are still donating money, but now we've opened the Strip-a-thon on the 1st, and we're running until Labor Day, which is where all the kids who dance in the show get tipped by their friends and family. And I think we're past 150,000 already in a week. So I think collectively by the 1st of by Labor Day, it wouldn't be out of the realm to raise $1 million, which is really a great goal at this time.
Yeah, and if you're watching at home, you can help, as I may have mentioned. So this was 30 years, which, by the way, first of all, congratulations. What an unbelievable endeavor, and what a thing it has grown into. But take us back to 1992. Take us back to the roots of Broadway Bears. What was it in you that said, I got to do something? This is what I want to do. Where did it all start?
Well, I came to New York. I got to New York in 1980. I was 20 years old, and I was dancing in the chorus of Brigadoon for Agnes DeMille. It was my first Broadway show. And by 1990, 10 years in, I had lost 10 of my very, very best friends from college to AIDS. They had all died. And I knew something was wrong. And, obviously we all knew something was wrong, but something was wrong in the situation that when you're 30 years old, you shouldn't have lost your 10 best friends. Yep. And I was volunteering at GMHC, and I did a couple ACT UP meetings, and I marched, and I did the walkathon, but I wasn't using my gifts to do what I really wanted to do. And then I was in the Will Rogers Follies. It was the last show I danced in, and I was dancing practically naked on a drum. And my dressing room mate said, go dance on the bar at Splash and raise some money for our Easter bonnet. And literally a light bulb went off over my head, and I called 8 friends, and I put together a first burlesque strip show with 8 guys. And I said, I can do this better, I'll add girls. And then I did one 6 months later with girls. And I said, I can do this better, I'll add themes. And 6 months later, I did the 3rd one. And then it was so much work to do one. Cut to last year, the 29th anniversary, I think we raised $2 million, just a little over $2 million in one night. So $8,000 to $2 million, that's a good gig.
That's incredible. Gary, talk to me. Having survived or still in the mostly having pushed through the pandemic known as HIV and AIDS, and now coming to a second pandemic. Talk about how Broadway care and Broadway cares are now more important than ever. No, there is a second pandemic really affecting the lives and livelihoods of the performers. About how is that impacting the work?
I think COVID is affecting us as harshly, if not more so. Maybe not in the sense that everyone who's getting it is passing away and dying, although we have lost some amazing people, Nick, Terrence McNally, it's just a shame. But people aren't making a living. So they are packing up and leaving the city. Entertainers, when I was a dancer, I lived from paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have a savings for 1 year to fall back on to pay rent and all of the bills that and Broadway Cares is helping. Broadway Cares is taking care of food, clothing, shelter, and medicine. That's what Broadway Cares has done for the 30 years it's been in existence, not just for the New York community, but really for anyone in the United States who's been affected by HIV and AIDS. So it's astounding what we are able to do when we work together and raise that money and how it goes out into the community. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So you did this digital, for those of you who might not be from New York City or have never been, had the thrill of attending a Broadway Bears, it is a once a year, full out, no marking, lights, wild show. It is the most electric room you've ever been in. And this year, obviously, that couldn't happen because of this COVID pandemic we're living in. So you guys did a digital one, which I know we already touched on. It's still available on YouTube. So if you haven't watched that, finish watching this show. Don't leave us just yet. But when this show is over, go to YouTube, type in Broadway Bears, zoom in. You can watch that. Where did that come from? Obviously, I know necessity is the mother of invention. But how did that all come together into that incredible package?
Well, we weren't sure what we were going to be. We weren't sure if we were going to have to postpone the show in June on Father's Day, which is when we usually do Broadway Bears. So we went ahead and had our usual sign up, even though everybody was already in quarantine in March. And the sign up is usually on a Wednesday between shows. So I had a Zoom call with dancers who wanted to participate in Broadway Bears, should we be able to do it. And 400 dancers came to that Zoom call. And I was so moved by the turnout. When the call was done, I said to Tom Viola and the team, I said, we have to do something. If the show gets postponed, we have to do something virtually, and we need to start working on it now, because who knows? We can't wait. We've got to start now, and then we'll decide. And so we started putting our wheels together, and we took numbers from the past 5 years, which have been shot beautifully at Hammerstein Ballroom, and a couple from Roseland. And then we did an original opening, original closing. We had Todrick do a song for the opening. We used one of Todrick's songs. We used Billy's songs for the end. Everybody just said yes and helped out. Jane Krakowski's in it, and she was in Broadway Bears. Burlesque is back, hanging upside down.
Upside down?
She's just amazing. And there were just so many wonderful people who, as soon as I asked them, would you just say something? They said, absolutely.
Yeah, how incredible. And it was so awesome to see some of those numbers again, and through somebody else's, frame, because I, saw many of those numbers live, but you're standing on the ground and you're screaming and you're yelling, and sometimes you miss like really cool pictures or really cool moments.
There's nothing.
Michael and I were in like the front, a lot of them, just like by the two testicles that stick out from the runway, just there shaking our hands and giving bills and loving every minute.
There's nothing like being next to those dancers and feeling that energy coming off the stage at a live Broadway Bears. But as I was creating the virtual event, I was looking at the way it was filmed, and I was going, my God, people who were standing and always saying it's so hard to see and there's drinks and people crazy, they're going to really see the numbers. You really see the choreography and the work of the choreographers, which is another thing in the virtual thing. You actually get to meet each choreographer who introduces their number, and I wanted to give them that platform because they don't get it usually. They usually don't get it.
Yeah,
I think it's something amazing and very apt. Zoom in quite a bit. Hello. Jerry, it's quite an attractive cast.
Yes,
Goodness.
yes.
Many of whom who are raising money and will be donating to individual on pages with the money we raise tonight. Like I said before, you can Venmo at Jackie Cox or me/Jackie Cox. I see all of it tonight. We'll do this strip-a-thon. We're going to get these
Amazing. Well, Jerry, you are just the best. I am so in awe of your talent, and it's your passion for this organization is so palpable. And on behalf of myself, Jackie, we can't thank you enough for all the work you've done. We have a lot more to talk about, and we just can't wait to see what's next for you with Broadway Cares.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Shifting gears a little bit, because we have the cast we have this evening on Good Morning Tonight, we would be remiss to not also ask you a little bit about, you were working on something when COVID brought us to a halt.
I was so working on something. We were in a 2-week reading, a 4-week reading, and we were supposed to do our presentations on March 12th and 13th. And of course, we filmed it, but we didn't have an audience, and we had to social distance our chairs by Friday. It was weird. Yeah. And it's a new musical called Becoming Nancy, about a young boy, David Starr, who gets cast in the school musical Oliver as Nancy. And he comes to terms with himself as he starts to fall in love with the boy who gets cast as Bill Sykes. And he comes to terms with his sexuality and his being who he is and owning it. And his best friend, this is the great thing about this book, this story, his best friend is a black girl, Frances, in 1979 when the race riots are happening in East Dulwich. I mean, it is everything about the story is so relatable to what's happening right now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
really
and she's going to get her own introduction with her own video, and we're going to embarrass her just as much a little bit later in the show. But just for a moment, I'm also going to bring out Jessica, who's here with us today, who is from the cast of Becoming Nancy.
Hi.
Hi, Jess. How are you?
What's the sound?
You know, we are living.
There you are.
Am I here?
You're all here.
Oh, thank God. No, I'm here living my Coco Roro pandemic dreams and you know, doing as best I can. And Jerry's right. We had such an amazing run in Atlanta first, and then we had the chance to do this 2-week new workshop this year. And I remember we heard the whispers in the very beginning of maybe New York was going to shut down, and maybe it was going to be, you know, Broadway will be closed for a month or two, and the day that we finished our reading, we all said goodbye to each other. And yes, the reading was socially distant. All of our chairs were staggered. We couldn't have an audience in the room. And of course, Jerry, like, you just did such an awesome job at making us feel comfortable when we didn't know what was going on. And by
Wednesday, we were shaking elbow shakes.
We were. I was just going to say.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
Yeah. But leave it to all of us to like try and, you know, make a moment of choreography to shake hands the right way. And then all of this happened. But it's kind of a blessing that we got to do these 2 weeks because like Jerry said, this show is there's something so special and timely about this show, which is a true story. It's not isn't even a story that was like, I'm just gonna think of an idea for a musical. It's actually from it would have been
a great idea. It would have been a great idea if they had made it up, but it's actually really true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, Jerry, didn't you find this book in an airport somewhere?
No, I found it on the way to the airport. I had been flying back and forth to London so much. I'd seen every movie. I needed a book. I'd finished my last book. I bought this book. Kylie Minogue had given it a good review. I said, well, if it's good enough for Kylie, it's good enough for me. So I read the book. And I got off the plane. I finished the book on the plane, and I got off the plane, called my lawyer, and said, "Give me the rights to this book. I'm turning it into a musical."
What an amazing idea for a musical too. And I think, you know, for Oliver, which is a story about someone already who is an outsider who feels a sense of loss. You know, it's a little bit more forward in time, and then related to current time. I think is going to be for the audience. I'm so excited to see what happens.
Well, it's really special, and Jessica was incredible. The lead character, David Starr, has his pop stars on his bedroom as posters, and Jessica has a dual role. She plays the aunt who actually knows he's gay and it doesn't have a problem with it. The only person who knows in his family. And she also plays Kate Bush. Now, Americans may not know who Kate Bush is, but you'll learn, people. Kate Bush is brilliant.
She is. She's a dream. And like, I don't know, everybody always asks, like, Jessica, what's the favorite role that you've had the chance to play? And I really think this one is my favorite because she's so relatable. The amount of kids, Jerry knows this because in Atlanta, he'd be there after every show. And the amount of people who would come to see the show, I'm talking like kids in high school all the way to their grandparents would come and see it and say like, oh, either they were gay or they had just recently come out or they had been, even a gentleman in his 70s said, this was my life story. I didn't, I always felt like I couldn't be who I was and had that one family member who knew, but didn't say anything or had, I went through all this stuff and I'm just so glad that this show exists. And it was, it's just really, it's cool to have those moments. Like you sit back now that you're in the pandemic jungle and you're like, wow, I got to do these really cool things with these amazing people. And, and Becoming Nancy was one of them. And we had the chance to be in a city like Atlanta, which was so awesome. Yeah. And people went nuts. And yes, Kate Bush, she's ethereal. We went all in. We went all in.
Yes.
Well, this, just like everything else, this too shall pass. And I know we cannot wait for when it is safe to get back to working. And we cannot wait to see what is next for Becoming Nancy. Jessica, we're going to bring you back on a little bit later in the show. When we do, just pretend like it's the first time we've seen each other. We'll do the whole intro all over again. It's going to be great. You're an actress.
No problem.
Yeah. It's an acting exercise.
I've lost my memory. I love you, Jerry. I'm so happy.
I love you too. I'll see you out here soon.
Amazing. Jerry, thank you. I know the world is crazy right now, so it does mean an awful lot to us that you're here to spend some time with us. And we really, really appreciate you being here. And again, can't thank you enough for everything you do on behalf of our community, on behalf of the greater community. You are an inspiration, and we're awfully glad to see you. And I'm glad you're doing well in quarantine.
I'm
Jerry,
fine.
Adore you.
Thank you both so much, and congratulations on this show because it's certainly fun and it's needed. Thank you for lifting us up.
Yeah.
For lifting us up.
Everybody, Jerry Mitchell.
Jerry Mitchell, we love. Yay.
We do love. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys know Broadway Bears is a staple of the I'm saying your line, Jackie. Do you want this line back?
I'll say it. If my internet will allow, I'll say it. But yes, Michael, I agree with you. Broadway Bears is a staple of Broadway's community calendar, and so many people to raise money for BCEFA, but it's not the only incredible event that BCEFA is currently hosting. For those of you who might prefer to do their fundraising all or at least most of their clothes on, there's another super fun community-driven event happening right now.
Yeah, so here with a special report about the Broadway run. Welcome my friend, Susan Slaughterhoff. Susan, good morning tonight.
Good morning tonight. Oh my goodness, a special report.
Susan, hello. What is in your mug?
It is a daiquiri of some sort.
Word.
My friend made it for me. It smells fantastic.
Amazing.
Is it rum? Is rum what's in a daiquiri?
Ooh, I think it is strawberry and rum, I think.
Love.
Lovely.
And where are you coming? Where are you coming to us from tonight?
I'm joining from an Airbnb in Maine.
Fierce.
Just for the week. Yeah.
All right. Well, Susan, we met almost 3 years ago at this point, right? Is that? Yes, 3.
That's right.
Because you are the fearless captain of another big, exciting, very fun Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS initiative. You want to tell us a little bit about the Broadway Run?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was 3 years ago, which is amazing. Hey, Natalie. So the Broadway Run is, this would be our 6th year. And what it is it's a group of just a community that comes together. We run a 5K and then celebrate with a big breakfast. And leading up to it, we fundraise for Broadway Cares. It's really about being together and just supporting one another. This year, with everything going on, we've moved to a virtual 5K, which is actually really exciting. We have people from all over the world participating, and you have a lot of options to participate. So you can run, you can walk, you can hike, you can bike, you can leap, you can jeté, you can dance, we have a child scooting. You can do however you want to move your 5K, you can move, which is really exciting in this time of isolation and uncertainty. It's really amazing that we have this incredible group of just like kind and compassionate people coming together to make a difference.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it is one of my highlights of the year. I get so excited for it every year, and it's just like the coolest thing to be running a 5K, and you're like sprinting up Fifth Avenue, and you're like, there goes Elsa, and like it's just like the Broadway community is out in full force. It is just the best time. Susan, who can do the Broadway run now that it's digital this year?
What an excellent question. Anyone, anywhere can do
anyone, anywhere.
Yes, anyone, anywhere. That. You can just go to broadwaycares.org/virtual 5K and sign up, and you're good to go. Anyone, anywhere. Truly. This is a community event.
That's amazing. Yeah. And for those of you who don't want to run but want to sponsor a runner or don't, what is the best way to do that?
They can, that's a great question. They can actually go just to that same link, broadwaycares.org/virtual 5K, and see, right now we have about 200 fundraisers participating. So you can search for whoever inspires you and make a donation.
Amazing. And great. They take all denominations, 5, 10s, 15s, and a 20 should really be the start, because it's 20. It's 20, everyone should donate.
That's true. Well, every dollar truly does make a difference. I know it's these are really uncertain and unsettling times, so it's just inspiring to see that every little bit really does help.
Yeah, I think what's amazing, and I know Jackie already touched on this earlier, but it is unbelievable how Broadway Cares has kind of grown as an organization, and as it really, Broadway Cares is very good at what it does. So as it has grown and widened its influence and widened its ability to secure funding and resources, it has really always had a pulse on who needs help, right? And figuring out how it can take its energy and help whoever is in crisis then. And so I think it's really just incredible, the work that they're doing.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And right now we're working, so we always work closely with the Actors Fund, but we're working very closely with their pandemic relief, really, for so many people on stage and behind the scenes in the entertainment community as a whole who are in need, with really just emergency assistance, housing, health insurance. There's so much need, and we're really thrilled that we can be working with them to make as much of a difference as we can.
Yeah. Well, anyone, as you heard, anybody can join the Broadway Run. So if you are out there and you are a runner, or you would like to be a runner, or you are not a runner, but you think you can get 5K down the road, come on and join. And if not, please do consider making a donation. You can either donate at broadwaycares.org/virtual 5K. Virtual 5K. Or if you want to open up that Venmo, shoot Jackie some money. As we said, all Venmo to @JackieCoxNYC tonight is going directly to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS and their incredible work.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you for coming to spend some time with us. It's so good to see you. I'm glad that you are in Maine drinking a daiquiri. And thank you for everything you do for our community. And we will hopefully see you soon, and maybe even in person when it is safe to do so.
Fingers crossed. I hope so.
Thanks, Susan.
Thanks so much.
Oh my goodness. Let's hope that my internet gets a little better. Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you. Comments, if you're out there, let us know how it's going. I can hear Jackie, but she's a little choppy. But we haven't had this issue before. What an interesting thing we're all experiencing together.
This is the magic of live television. I think we can call it tube television.
It's the internet. Listen, close your eyes. It's a podcast. Doesn't even matter.
That's true. Oh my goodness. I see my mouth moving now a little bit on the screen, which means that we could be ready to intro our next guest, Michael. But I'll let you do the intro because I'm nervous about Malay, and I wouldn't want the audience to miss a moment of all of her amazing accomplishments.
All right. Well, you guys, for the very first time on the show, and never before, not 10 minutes ago, our next guest is a Broadway star, a recording artist, a social media maven, a Tiger King impersonator, has been using her extensive actor's toolbox of skills and tricks to serve us some prime content from home during quarantine. She starred on Broadway in The Bridges of Madison County and Fiddler on the Roof. She also toured the country in the smash hit Wicked before returning to New York to bring her jaw-dropping performance as Elphaba to Broadway. Her debut solo album, Wild and Free, is available wherever you get your music and just celebrated its 2-year birthday this week. We'll talk about that. We've got so much to catch up about, so please welcome to the show the one and only Miss Jessica Vosk.
There were nights when the wind was so cold, my body froze in bed if I just listened to it right outside the window. There were days when the sun was so cruel that all the tears turned to dust, and I just knew my eyes were dragging up forever. I finished crying in the instant that you left, and I can't remember where or when or how. Then I banished every memory you and I had ever made. It all fades away. It all fades away. It all fades away. But you. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now.
Work! I am unwell, Jessica Vosk.
What? This is my first time on this show. I have never been on it. I didn't even. Who was that before? A hologram?
Hello, good morning tonight.
Good morning,
Good morning
tonight.
tonight. Keep calm and whatever.
Work. I appreciate your commitment.
What's in your mug?
Jessica?
In my mug is something clever I like to call Spindrift.
Ooh.
Spindrift seltzer. And for the person asking who was in the video playing waitress, that's my brother, Dan Vosk, a champion.
Are all of the
Champion.
Vosks just wildly talented? Is this just like a family thing?
The Vosks are creative. We like the music. We like
Yeah.
the art. My mom's a painter now. She paints all the things. My father taught me how to sing. It's like a thing.
Oh my God, obsessed.
It's like
I didn't know
the
that.
Vosk traps over here.
The Vosk traps, God damn it.
The Vosk Trap Family Singers. Oh my God, love it. Jessica, where are you coming to us from tonight?
I am coming to you from a beautifully balmy West New York, New Jersey.
Work.
A couple of miles down the road is where Alexander Hamilton met his demise, if you will.
Ooh.
So I am in a theatrical, haven, and nobody here in my neighborhood is really theatrical. So I just run around singing all the time.
To be your neighbor. And have you been here in New York the whole time?
Yep.
You're
Yes,
part of
I
the New
have.
York. You're part of the Stick It Out Club.
I'm part of the Stick It Out Club. I'm part of the. Some days I wind up walking in a protest club. That's the beauty of sticking it out. And I was having a conversation with somebody earlier. For those of us who have seen it all since March happening out here, and talking to those folks on the other side of the country, and I remember back in March, April, even May, when people in California were like, it seems totally fine where we are. And I was like, let me tell you what, just you wait Henry Higgins. Just you wait.
Wait, now I want to
And,
see you in that.
So do I.
I'm coming to West New York, New Jersey, and I'll stand 12 feet away from you. Do it from your pole. It'll be amazing.
Are you kidding? I would be gladly be like, bed. I couldn't go to bed. I'll sing in a British accent for you, Jackie.
Amazing. Oh, gosh, I love it. Oh
my goodness. Your voice is bananas. And you, as I said earlier, this is going to be the phrase of the night, necessity is the mother of invention. You've really stepped up your methods of delivering for the children during quarantine. You have your Instagrams, your videos, and I want to specifically talk about, guys, remember Tiger King, which was only a few months ago, but feels like it was 3 years ago at this point.
That's right.
I want to talk about Dear Carol Baskin.
Ooh,
What happened?
So Scott Hoying of Pentatonic's fame and just I love him dearly. We met doing the Wicked 15th anniversary. We did a Halloween like NBC moment, and we all met, and they came to see Wicked and came backstage, and we've been friends ever since. And I just adore him. I adore Pentatonics in general. And when we were quarantining, the two of us had been FaceTiming quite a bit, sort of just like, so what did you eat this morning? And he'd be like, I don't know, I had a blueberry. And I'd be like, that's weird, I had some yogurt. And I said to him, I think we should do something, we should do a duet. Maybe it should be Tiger King related, since I've been watching that and Love is Blind. But I think it should be Tiger King related because I lend myself very well to, how do you say, crazy things. And so
as opposed to the total normalcy that's Love is Blind, which is totally normal.
Honestly, for those of us who've watched Love is Blind, anytime I am out on these streets of my neighborhood, or if I'm in a grocery store, all I do is talk like this, and I say, hey, B, hey, you guys, Sugar Dare, are you still in love with me? I miss you so much. Let's get wasted. So like that's where I am in the world, but
yeah, well, because that's how you catch a man.
That's how you catch a man.
Yeah,
vocal fry.
I should know, vocal fry. And so I said, but I lend myself well, Scott. What if I bought a wig? I played Carol Baskin. What if you got a mullet? He came back with like this amazing song that he wrote with two of his friends, and we filmed it. He filmed in LA, I filmed in New York, and we put it together, and it just like it made our quarantines dreams come true, and hopefully other people's, because it was so stupid. And Carol Baskin now has a place in my heart, and I had like a cup of milk, which I can't drink. No dairy here, kids. And I like fed my dog's fake tiger toy. So it was meant to be.
If you are watching now and you haven't, kids, you're welcome for all the things that you have waiting for you in your future tonight. You're going to watch Broadway Bears Zoom In, and now I'm telling you, you absolutely must watch Jessica. It's on your Instagram, I think, right? Because I think I looked for it on YouTube, but I couldn't pull it for your intro video tonight.
Yeah, you could find it on the gram. You can find it on Scott's Instagram. It's just called Dear Carol Baskin, and it's a love story. It's really a love story. And you don't think it's going to go where it does, but isn't that the beauty of the Coco Roro right now? We don't know what's happening.
There it is.
No, we don't know what's happening. The Coco Roro. My goodness. What a way. Ms. Vosk is naughty. I have a question for you. Now, we had on a different program here on Broadway-Talk Live Network, we had You're in Green, Julie Ernie on that show. And she spilled some tea on shocking. And I found a little disturbing. And this is high, very serious journalism here at Good Morning, as you've noticed. And so
naturally,
I need to get to the bottom. I need to get to the bottom of this, and I don't want you to show anything. This is something the viewers really want to know. Did they really tell Elf as they did Julia? No lashes in Act 1. Is this true? The viewers need to know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Even for you?
People.
That's right.
That is shocking, scary, and I'm so proud of you for your ability for sharing that first act of Wicked with us without lashes on, because I wouldn't do it.
You know, I would tell you right now that if given the chance and if I was allowed to do whatever I wanted without being killed by upper management, I would have put a lash on because if you, as you all well know, this bitch loves a lash. I will tell you that was not in the makeup plot, and if I tried to do it, I would have a I would- there would- you would never find me again, okay? Because the mafia would come to get me. And it's because we were supposed to look younger, but me without a lash, I look like I have been drowned 6 times. And I just always
Lash
believe in
is
a lash.
Tony Lube, so I totally get it. And what about lash extend? Gotten away with that? Could we have? This is
No, we couldn't have gotten away with a lash extension because of the way we have to take our makeup off with like intense makeup removal. And I love a lash extension. Like, bring it on, doc. But I couldn't do it because of the fact that the green makeup and taking it off every single night would have taken the lash extensions off. And so you want to know what I did, Jackie? In Act
Tell
2,
us.
I said, you better put on 2 pairs of lashes, y'all. Yeah, that's what I did. Because
I
if
love
I'm
a
gonna come
stacked
up to you,
lash.
stack it up, honey. I only understand the drag language as I did for Miss Sarah in Fiddler on the Roof, who I called Dead Elphaba in Ghost Drag. And that it's a language I speak. It's a language I speak. I'm obsessed with a drag queen. I will always be a drag queen at heart, and I need a double lash.
honey, you're telling me. And for the kids who missed my question because of my amazing Wi-Fi, my question was whether for Ms. Vosk to confirm or deny the rumors that as Alphaba they were told not to wear any lashes. Goodness, and
Yeah.
now we've settled that debate twice
But
on this
I will
network.
I will tell you, as someone who got to see Jessica's performance twice, I think, for what she lacks in lashes in Act 1, she makes up for with contour in Act 2. Because by the end of that show, she was snatched for the gods. She was belting. She was cheekbones. She made it work. She got through it somehow. She made it work.
If I do tell, thank you, honey. I really appreciate that because you know how much I love a contour. I'm like, why don't you just cut my cheeks to a point where you're gonna hurt someone, and then overdraw my lip. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But I will say that the craziest experience with a wig that I have ever had on a Broadway stage or anywhere else is when my wig decided to die. I didn't know wigs could die.
They do.
Yes. And my wig died. And for those of you watching who, wow, how does a wig die? Your guess is as good as mine, angels. But my thing is the wig went on. There's 2 wigs for Wicked. You have an Act 1 wig and an Act 2 wig. The Act 1 wig goes on. It's in a braid. And Glinda unbraids it when she's like, you should be popular. And Elphaba's like, what? And so she unbraids it. And as soon as my braid got unbraided, I looked at my shadow on the stage and I looked like I had eaten myself. And you couldn't see anything else but a fro just on the stage. And everybody in the classroom scene before I sing I'm Not That Girl was laughing at me. And I thought, what's going on, you guys? My wig had grown to the size of the Gershwin. And I had to sing I'm Not That Girl with a wig that overtook my face. And I still have the wig in my closet, and someday I'm going to wear it for you all.
Oh my God.
Please do. Very
Seth.
Elphaba Hermione Granger. I love that. We love a poofy-haired witch. Nothing wrong with that. I love that.
I didn't. But Jackie, it's only because my hat that I had to wear for Defying Gravity didn't fit on top of the wig.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. But these live theater, I miss it.
This is Broadway, you guys. This is Broadway. Broadway stars, they're just like us. Jessica, we're so happy you're here. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but there are 2 things we absolutely have to talk about before the show can go anywhere else. First of all, congratulations. Your solo album just hit its 2-year anniversary. It's 2-year birthday.
Terrible 2s. Who knows what could happen? But I'm so thrilled about it. I'm like, I am, one of those people who just had like a little pipe dream. I've always wanted to make an album. And with the help of so many fans, when I was out on the road, I was able to get the album funded and done. And everybody was so supportive. And it's just been it really has been a dream come true in a way that, like, you know, you think to yourself, I want this to happen someday, and then you make it happen. And it's not lost on me how many people were involved, especially fans, in making it happen. So we hit 2 years yesterday, and I'm still pretty damn proud of that baby.
It is a great album. It's called Wild and Free. It is wherever you get your music. If you haven't listened to it, it's definitely a bop. Go find it. Just had a brain fart. Sorry, I'm reading. The comments are coming in so fast that sometimes they like short circuit my brain. As I was saying,
they're very excited. And then also, you know, I will say, someone put this comment up during your story, which I just said, you know, this is the story of my life. Put this up on the screen as soon as I can get it to happen. But it said, so if you care to find me, just look for my wig.
Baby doll, if you wanted to find me in that actual moment, you would only see me on stage because I'd taken up everyone else's moment with my wig, which I didn't design to do. But when you're singing I'm Not That Girl and you're trying to be vulnerable and your wig has eaten your life, try and act that bad boy out, and I'll teach it in any masterclass you'd like me to. May I also, to my beautiful hosts, may I say something about Broadway Cares?
Yes, please.
Just for anybody watching, and I know everybody here understands after hearing Jerry speak about it, because he created and put together Broadway Bears. And that raises, I mean, last year I went to go see it and I sat with Jerry because it's right before we went down to Atlanta to do Becoming Nancy. And it's just like the most amazing thing to watch a community come together. And if there's a silver lining right now in donations that are coming through from all of you, it's that everything is virtual right now. And so many more people are seeing what Broadway Cares does. Because we have the ability to do it from home and sitting, you know, like I don't have pants on right now. And that is something that I love about this time, and that I can watch Broadway Bears and not have to be in it. I could watch all the nakedness and I'm not going to get naked, but I want to watch it and say,
some very sexy people are going to get naked.
Oh, they are so gorgeous. But on top of it, Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS is an organization that takes care of so many people. It's this umbrella organization. So there are so many people when we do these speeches, when you come to a Broadway show and you see us after the curtain, you know, falls and comes up and we're like, shush it down, guys, take a seat. Well, now that's like exactly what we talk about is Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS is this organization that takes care of so many people, not just actors, not just anybody in the theater community. I mean, there are so many healthcare organizations involved in Broadway Cares, and they've raised such great money and always are looking for any donation that you can spare, a penny, a dollar, whatever, in order to help people who are just unable to sustain their life right now. And I'm so glad that you are both such advocates of this, because it is a beautiful thing to be a part of in our community. And I think everybody now who hasn't had the chance to before is seeing why. Yeah. I'm sorry that took so long in the morning night news.
No, you're perfect.
It's true. Join me in shouting out our top so far, whose name is Hannah. Shout out to Hannah, who's donated $1 so far during this live broadcast. Shout out to Hannah. You know, and you hear from Jessica, you've heard it from Mary, you hear it from all of us, and Susan as well. Mm-hmm. It's just how important you know, this community is to each other, and how we do take care of our own, and how we love all of you who love us, and we're gonna make it happen together, right? We're a community, and it's not just the big huge names you see on the stage, it's all of people involved in making this community happen. That includes everyone from the people who are actually feeding the people on Broadway, whose restaurants are closed, to the staff that comes in and redoes those wigs so that Jessica has a brand new wig when she gets back on Alpha. To go and re-sew a wig, cut a wig, and re-lace front a wig with green lace for Alpha Buff Jessica when that wig died, and that person just right now.
Yes.
And you're and there are wigs being made for people who are suffering with certain, you know, ailments and diseases. Wigs are being made for them, and they're being paid for by the generosity of donors and other people. And it's just like we are all able to help each other right now, and that's a beautiful thing. That the arts, and I will say it because the both of you have created this show and many other things that you are both so talented at. That art is essential, and we are all essential as far as the arts are concerned, because without all of us doing all of these things, we would just be bored in the house, and we're in the house bored, you know?
Yeah. And what's so cool, and Joey said this earlier, but since we are in the home and since we are coming to you digitally, and more people are seeing arts than ever before because they can see it right in their very home, the net is so widespread. So if you are watching tonight and you have $1, $2 that you can donate, it adds up. So remember that you are important. Your $1, your $2 is super important. No amount is too small, and you can actually make a difference as part of this community, which now that, the internet has become such a mode of communication for us, the world is shrinking. The world is shrinking, and we are so accessible to each other, and you really, really, really can become a part of the community, make a difference. You're powerful.
You are, you know what? The
Preach.
two of you are so GD, inspirational AF. I'm using all the young words. And,
Me too.
and I'm just so happy that you had me on, and I want to just talk to you forever. I know that I can't, but just thank you.
Yes,
Thank
we're
you.
so
You're
grateful
amazing.
for your time tonight. I want to leave you with two things. One, it's been 2 years since you put on an album, so let me know when you're ready for the GoFundMe.
Ah.
Let me know when the Kickstarter is live, because I think we're ready for the next one.
Which, I mean, you wanted a show of Celine Dion, didn't you? You wanted
Guys.
all Celine Dion.
Anytime you want to come back and give us a little Celine, we will do it. We'll just keep sending you the link to get into. If there's anyone in the show and you want to just come and sing Celine for them, even for us, but them. Just
Yeah,
hop in.
honestly,
We'll just-
I will.
in.
If I could surprise somebody, if I can just surprise somebody and be like, I'll be waiting for you here inside my heart. I'm the one who wants to love you most.
Oh my God! Wait! This is so amazing. I have to move off camera because I need to grab this button because I was so excited.
Work!
Jackie, I have that button too.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Grab the damn button.
Well, we're ready for the album, I'm telling you. And also, we're ready for Becoming Nancy. We cannot wait until it is safe for you to get back to work doing what you are so very good at. And I know I see
Cry seeing this show. I love female characters when I was a boy, and I was so sad I couldn't play them. I'll never forget the argument I had with my voice teacher when I sang "Of Your World" at 7 years old, and I insisted that I'm using all the female because Ariel is a girl and I'm singing the song as her.
Oh, and isn't there something so amazing? Of course, I don't know what it's. I love to be a very fierce activist and ally for the LGBTQ plus community, and there's something really amazing, and I don't know what it is because I don't know what it's like to be a gay man or a woman, and but about having somebody, maybe a family member in your family who doesn't judge you and doesn't get on top of you or make you feel like you have to be a certain way, and they just love you for who you are. And if you hadn't had that, that's who this character is. And these kids would come and say, God, I wish I had an Aunt Val who was like this, because she's the type of woman that just says, listen, I go to gay bars on the weekends. You might be gay, but guess what? I love it. And she, and that's, something that I relate to, because I just fiercely believe in being who you are. And no matter what, no matter who you are, by the way, however you identify and whatever it is that you believe, I effing love you. Okay. And I will always feel that way. And
guys, this
and
is
God
our
bless
best.
us, everyone.
This is our best episode yet. I feel great. This is like I'm in church tonight.
My screen is frozen, but I'm loving this too. Don't ignore my frozen expression. I'm so happy that this has happened. Jessica, thank you for being with us today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We love you so much, and I can't wait to see you when it is safe to get back to work. Can't wait to see you in person when it is safe to just be in person.
Oh, I know.
But we love you very much,
know.
and we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us.
Love you both. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Oh, my goodness. You guys,
You're
Jessica
almost out of
Vosk.
time. That was incredible. I think it's still frozen. Michael, can you hear me at least?
I can hear you. Give me just a second, Jackie. I'm actually going to pull you off the screen and I'll bring you right back on. Hello. Let's see, you guys. We're learning so much together tonight. Let's see. Now she's a black square. Jackie, if you can hear me, maybe log out and log back on
All
to the
right, I'll do
studio.
that as you bring on our next guest.
Yes. I'll do that, she says. You guys, what an episode. Let me pull Jackie off here. What an episode. Thank you for being with us tonight. I know that we've said it 100 times. We're a broken record. But we are excited to be supporting Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS tonight. And we hope you're excited about that as well. If you have $1 or $2 that you would like to send us as a tip, 100% of that money is going to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS tonight. And you can send that directly to Jackie's Venmo. It's right down there at Jackie Cox NYC. And it will go to supporting the vital work that Broadway Cares is doing. We have another exciting cause for you tonight. Another exciting thing to talk about, though, because in addition to Broadway Cares, we want to talk about another initiative, another organization that is doing incredible work tonight. It is Be an Arts Hero, and we have, with another special report, please welcome Brooke from Be an Arts Hero. Hello, good morning tonight.
That was just such a special little intro I got there. Let me grab my mug.
Cheers. I saw you waving, but I was like, no, girl, you got to have the full intro treatment.
And I feel very special. Oh, Jackie's back.
Cheers! Oh my goodness! I'm
Cheers,
so
love.
sorry for my Spectrum Wi-Fi.
It's all good. It's a pandemic. We're making it work.
We're all just doing our best, aren't we?
We are. I have no idea what you and Michael have already talked about. Said about being
We're
Arts
done.
Hero.
We're done. We covered it all.
The
Yeah.
whole segment's over. I will still say this. I saw the Be an Arts Hero Instagram after a few of the amazing Broadway talented people I follow started posting about it, and I started reading about it. So incredible how quickly you have all been able to rally and spread the word and spread a message of the arts community. And I just really want to have an update from you on where things are going. I know that the first section of the to really get entire Senate to pass the extension of the $600 federal additional benefit for unemployment. Now we know that hasn't happened. And we know that there's still a fight fought. So, Brooke, I'd love to hear from you how things are going, what's happening, and why this is so important. You have so many amazing numbers and facts and figures that I know you can spit out. But the first time I talked to you, I was like, oh my goodness, I need this girl on my show. And this is why you're here, Brooke. Brooke, you take it from here. Tell us everything we want to know.
Well, where do we even begin? You know, right now, our friends on the Hill are deliberating. And as far as we know, as of today, what day is today? It's Tuesday at 5 p.m. in California. There's no progress. You know, FPUC, the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation Program, it expired on July 25th. So that as of Saturday, that will be 3 weeks when that $600 is not landing into the bank accounts of 30 million Americans who've been relying on it. So the numbers are devastating. CNBC just reported that by October 1st, up to 40 million Americans could be evicted, kicked out of their homes if we do not receive federal relief. So what does that even mean? You know, right now, the American population who are homeless, it's around 567,000, right? So in less than 2 months' time, that 567,000 population could skyrocket to up to 40 million people. At that rate, it's about 12 out of every 100 U.S. citizens who could be kicked out of their homes if we do not receive federal relief. And it's disproportionately going to be Black and Hispanic communities who are already dying at higher rates because of the pandemic. So team that with the homelessness crisis, it's a humanitarian crisis, and it's really real, and people need to pay attention and contact their senators to do something about it.
Yeah.
How can everyone get involved? So we have this audience from around the world. We definitely have some audience members from here in the United States. So for those who are here domestically, what's the best thing that they can do right now?
The single most important thing that everyone can do right this minute is contact their senators. I know it can be really scary. Nobody wants to pick up the phone and they don't know what to say, blah, blah, blah. We make it so easy for you. If you go on beanartshero.com, everything is there. We have a pre-filled Action Network letter template. All you got to do is put your name in and your zip code and just press send if you're lazy. If you want to do it some extra work, you can tweak it yourself. We have graphics that the amazing Jenny Grace Macklem has made, an entire graphics yard of like these cool, sexy, cute, easy, fun graphics. All you got to do is just upload them, tag your senators. We have all the senators' social media handles, all of their phone numbers. We have a call script for you, so you can literally just like read off the script and call your senator if you're nervous. So we give you all the tools, and the most important thing that every American can do this minute is contact their senators, and there's a million ways you can do it. Tweet them, tag them, post, write, call, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And they call back too. I contacted Senators Gillibrand and Murr, and
Yes, you
someone
did.
from their office called me back, and we had a lovely conversation. And even for those of us who live in blue states, where we know our senators are fighting for this, it helps them to have the voices of their constituents behind them, to say, I've heard from this many thousands of New Yorkers who want change, who want this pandemic assistance. So even if you're, this is one time where living in California or New York should not stop you. Call our future Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Call her. Call her.
Call Kamala. Flood their lines.
Yes.
This time you got to bug them. Just
And
bug them.
I have to say,
Now Michael froze.
uh-oh.
We're all freezing.
Am I back? Can you hear me now?
You're back, Michael.
Check 1, 2. Yes. I was going to say, up until around 2016, when stuff started happening, I was not a terribly active political person. And I had a lot of fear about making my first phone calls, about getting involved. I understand that it's like very daunting. And I think it's just amazing that organizations like Be an Arts Hero are making that easy. It is easy. First of all, let me say that it is easy. Pick up the phone. It is so much easier than you think it's going to be. So go for it. But it's also amazing that organizations like Be an Arts Hero are making it even more accessible and easier, and really, empowering people to claim their voice and speak up and start to ask for change.
Right, that's the thing, right, Michael, is that you don't realize the power of a single voice, right, until there are many single voices that add up to, a nationwide war cry of people who are calling out for change. We have to think about the socioeconomic toll of this crisis. We have to think about the humanitarian crisis. And if our friends on the Hill, aren't swayed by the fact that millions will be evicted, millions are getting sick and dying because they're losing their health insurance, millions are going broke, needing to declare bankruptcy. If they're not swayed by that, we have the economic argument where we're one of the largest drivers in America economically. We provide $877 billion in value added to the economy. So that's a huge chunk, 4.5% of the GDP. If that goes away, oh my gosh, the domino effect that will follow, how we affect other industries who rely on us, like transportation, tourism, hospitality, we're jobs multiplier. So we have to think about the long-term ramifications, and honestly, even the short-term ramifications. If arts and culture goes under, what does that mean for the rest of our surrounding economies who rely on us?
Mm-hmm.
Not great. Well, you guys,
this is an important moment. Thank you, Brooke, and please, everyone, if you're not already, please follow at Be an Arts Hero, where you can learn all of these things. There's amazing. If you're not in the United States, for those who aren't, please share their content. Share their content with your followers. Get this word out there. Just keep spreading the word. For those of you who are, I know some of you are under 18. Some of you are nervous about your parents to call. Just make those words loud as much as you can.
Yep. One more time. There goes Brooke's handle, as well as Be an Arts Hero's handle. Please give them a follow. There they go, right across the bottom of the screen. Give them a follow. Get involved. Brooke, thank you for coming to spend a little bit of time with us.
Thank you so much, you both. It's been lovely. Thank you for amplifying all of us this evening.
Thank you for everything you're doing, and we'll see you soon. Jackie, we did it. Did we do it? Are you there?
Most made it. It's been a little Wi-Fi issues, but that's okay. You're in the Cape. I'm in the middle of Manhattan.
It's going great, you guys. Jackie, save up that Wi-Fi because we have a closing number to give them before we can sign off. So anything you can do to save up that Wi-Fi while I tell people what is coming up. You guys, our next show, Jackie and I are live every Tuesday night. Our next show is August 18th. We have some incredible guests, but I think we're going to announce them tomorrow. So sorry for the setup and then the blue balls, but tune in to our Instagrams tomorrow when we're going to be starting to announce our guests. That's Tuesday, August 18th. But before we get back to Tuesday, this Thursday, of course, is the 5:30 Quarantini right here on the same channel you're watching on now. That is a show with Dylan Bustamante and myself. I'll be back. Our guest is the very, very talented Broadway star Ben Fankhauser from Newsies and from Beautiful, the Carole King musical. We've got a lot to talk to him about. We're very excited. And then, of course, on Monday, next Monday, it's MT Trivia with Christopher and Kevin Metzger-Timpson. And then, like I said, Jackie and I are back on Tuesday. The weeks just fly by when you're in quarantine.
Make you wait live on in. Did
Yes?
that come through?
I think it did. I'm going to pull you off. We really have to get the Wi-Fi up for this closing number. So let me pull you off one more time. You guys, everybody, cross your fingers. We're going to send Jackie all the good Wi-Fi juju. There she is. You there?
I think so.
It's going great. You guys, as always, we're so grateful that you came to spend some time with us. And before we sign off, we have some closing words, some parting words for you.
It's good, isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it nowadays?
There's COVID everywhere, gloves everywhere, booze everywhere,
Hand sanitizer everywhere.
masks everywhere. Nowadays.
You can keep a social distance with your social distant friends. We just ask you keep your mask on till this pandemic ends. And that's good, isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. In just a year or so, we'll be vaccinated, you know. But keep your mask on now.